If you're smart, hardworking, and earning decent money, but still stuck at an income ceiling, this isn't a motivation problem. It's a role problem. Most intelligent people don't stay stuck because they lack effort or discipline. They stay stuck because they're playing the wrong game entirely. And once you see that, the frustration you've been feeling actually starts to make sense. Let me guess what's already going through your head. You've seen enough online gurus to recognize the pattern, the hype, the fake urgency, the screenshots that could be photoshopped in 5 minutes. You're not naive, you're just skeptical, and rightly so. You've also probably grown tired of hearing about AI like it's some magic button that solves everything overnight. Another shiny object layered on top of a broken system. And don't want to spend the next 6 months watching hundreds of YouTube videos learning Facebook ads, mastering copywriting, understanding funnels, building websites, creating content, and somehow becoming an expert in 25 different skills just to make your first dollar online. You definitely don't want a business that demands 12 to 16 hours a day, slowly cannibalizing your health, your relationships, and your sanity. You've already built a life. You're not trying to burn it down. And there's something else that matters to you. You don't want to buy from someone you'll never actually get access to, someone who disappears behind help desks and automated replies when real questions show up. Then there's the technical side. Complex websites, integrations, analytics dashboards, code. It's not that you can't learn it. You're intelligent. It just feels unnecessarily complicated for what should be a straightforward outcome. Maybe you've also noticed this quiet, uncomfortable comparison. Competing with 19-year-olds who grew up on these platforms, who seem native to systems you're still decoding. That's not embarrassment. That's honesty. And finally, this matters. You don't want to manufacture a fake online persona. No dancing, no performative drama, no pretending to be someone you're not just to earn attention. These aren't flaws. These are the thoughts of someone who's seen enough to know better. Here's where most people, including most online business educators, get it wrong. They think income comes from effort, from hustle, from grinding harder than everyone else. It doesn't. Income comes from three things: controlling attention, building systems, creating leverage. Think about Warren Buffett. He reads for hours a day, makes maybe a handful of high-quality decisions each year, and generates more wealth than people working 80-hour weeks. He's not working harder, he's operating differently. The difference between someone who stays capped and someone who breaks through isn't intelligence or effort. It's understanding how value actually moves in the modern economy. Most people, even entrepreneurs, are still trading time for money, just in more sophisticated ways. They built businesses that require constant presence, creating content, managing customers, handling operations. They didn't build a business, they built a job. You've probably noticed something else. People with massive followings aren't necessarily making massive money. Attention and monetization are not the same skill. That gap, the space between attention and income, is where most people stall. And that's where roles matter. There are participants and there are operators. So, to become an operator doesn't chase trends. They don't try to do everything themselves. They don't rely on constant effort to produce results. They understand structure. They understand leverage. They understand that the goal isn't to work harder. It's to work at a different level. When you think like an operator, the questions change. You stop asking, how do I do this? And you start asking, how does this get done? You stop obsessing over learning every skill and start focusing on accessing every capability. You stop worrying about competing with teenagers on their platforms and start learning and leaning into the advantages you actually have: experience, judgment, resources, credibility. An operator understands that attention is the raw material of the modern economy, but they don't chase attention. They architect outcomes. They don't build businesses that collapse without them present. They build structures that function because of design, not effort. Look, this isn't about being lazy. It's about being precise. Think about the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. They're not the best salesperson. They're not the best marketer. They're not the best operator, but they understand how the system works and how to produce outcomes through it. That's operating. And the most important part, operators don't build everything from scratch. They identify what already works and plug into it intelligently. What's changed recently is not motivation. Okay, it's leverage. The distance between an idea and execution has collapsed. The cost of turning strategy into action has dropped dramatically. The speed at which systems can be deployed has increased. Capabilities that once required teams, agencies, or years of experience are now accessible, if you think like an operator. This doesn't help people who want shortcuts. Mind you, it helps people who understand structure, and that distinction matters. Because this way of operating isn't for everyone. If you're feeling stuck, it's probably not because you're underperforming. It's more likely because you've been playing a role that was never designed to scale. Before you decide whether any of this is worth your time, there's one thing you need to understand clearly, especially about AI. In the next video, I'll explain why AI isn't the opportunity everyone thinks it is, and what the real opportunity actually looks like for operators. If this resonated, you're not behind. You're just ready to think differently. If you want to talk about whether this way of operating actually fits your situation to make money online, you can book a call with me at the link in the description. There's no pitch. It's just a conversation to see if this makes sense for you to come and start making an extra 5, 10, 15, 20K a month.